And so when the psychologist, after he gets caught us talking to him, he said, why did you pick that one? Why when what's the reason why you did it? Why did you select that person? Is it height? Is it weight? Is it size? Is it color? Is it background? And it was no,
Innocence.
no, 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 no. Close.
Innocence.
He said, no, I waited and I watched and I tried to find the happiest kid so that I could steal her soul.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
How many kids does that amount to?
It's hard to know. And by the way, this is only one database, and there are multiple databases. So it's not like this is all of them, but it's hard to know every life on the back end. But that's why we try to find as many studies and stats and databases to find it. But the clearest one we can go to is if you look at this, over 111,000, and then you know that 55 to 85% of these are hands-on offenders, and your average offender has 13. Now you add that up. 13 offenders in their life. How many boys and girls is that? So every time we take one of those offenders and we take them off the streets, how many boys and girls did we protect? How many boys and girls do we safeguard? One of the
That's like
it's a lot.
over 1.5 million.
It's a lot. In one of the operations, one of the doors that got knocked down, and men that got taken away, actually led to 30 other children that he had been abusing. And I want to say this, and I think it's important. The number one offender type is biological fathers, but by far it is being done by middle-aged Caucasian men. Many, over half of them, college graduates. Many of them are educated, good jobs. This isn't just who we're thinking about. Like they're technical savvy, and I think that it is time that we call them out. Like that, we can't stand by and stand back. Like we have to stand up and say, not only are we not doing our job as men, it's actually the opposite. Instead of being defenders and protectors of our families, we're hurting and abusing.
Welcome back. Hottest show in the galaxy. We can't just stand by and stand back. That language sounds familiar. This is the Karen Hunter Show. It is Talk That Talk Tuesday. It's interesting that very few of you want to have this conversation today, at least publicly. I'm here for it, though. 866-801-8255. One man that they found was attached to 30 children. Each offender has about 13 of, they've abused 13 children in their lifetimes. On that one database, well, more than 100,000, that's just one database of children under the age of 12 that have been actively harmed. And then the others are looking at porn of babies being raped. I mean, this video goes in, like, at one point, the host Sean is reading from the men who are, like, protecting each other. I'm old enough to remember when I was a young reporter at the Daily News, something called, was it MAMDA, Men, Boy? There was an organization of grown men who, Man Boy Love Association or something. It was so weird. And it was a thing in the 80s and 90s that people talked about. And I remember a story came across, when I was a reporter, and I was like, this is weird. It's not weird. It's foundational. And this is the thing that I've come to the conclusion after spending not just 3 hours. It's something that's been kind of like, Epstein Island, but y'all voted for this. That wasn't a problem. Grabbing by the pussy wasn't a problem. The Miss America contest, going backstage, grabbing and groping the girls. That wasn't a problem. That wasn't a problem for you. The rape, the sexual assault, the conviction, the found responsible for assaulting that woman in a store. Not a problem. Not a problem. And the reason why it's not a problem is because people will get on a plane to go to other countries to do it. You get on a plane to go to Dominican Republic, you know who you are. Y'all go as in groups. And now there's a whole, movement. And American women, they expect you to not be a rapist or an abuser or somebody that's going to take advantage of somebody because they don't have what you have and you get to lord over them. That's what people expect. So you don't like that. You don't like to be held accountable. This is what the problem is in this country. It's a lack of accountability, and nobody wants to be held accountable. And now we got people in power, which we've always had. Because Thomas Jefferson, let's be clear, Sally Hemings was 12, I think, when she had her first child by him. And he owned her. She didn't have a voice or a choice. It wasn't a love story. And in modern history, one of our sitting senators had a woman in his house, housekeeper, daughter of the housekeeper, who had a baby by him. Strom Thurmond. We found out later. But that's prevalent is the point that I'm making. That is not, these aren't anomalies. This trial with Puffy, R. Kelly, whatever, these are not anomalous situations. These are mimicking the power structure of this country. And maybe the world. But Tim Tebow's not having it. And I applaud him, that man. Thank you. You're right. You're right. And this is how we know that men are standing up, because he wouldn't be alone. This wouldn't be the only voice out here. I'm like, wow. And then Tebow gave the stats. Most of the abusers are biological fathers. They're doing it to their children. So I imagine in a household, like, how many of you have been betrayed by your mom? You think, my dad is visiting me at night and my mother knows it. And I tell her and she stays with him. I know so many people with that story. There's a pastor woman whose father raped her from an early age, and her mother said nothing. And she ended up finding God. And on his dying deathbed, she was taking care of him, which was wild. I don't know if I have the capacity to do that, but I admire people's level of forgiveness. I think that is a good trait. But I know that this is a very prevalent story, is my point. He said biological fathers, middle age, Caucasian men, the vast majority of these abusers. I think about the Catholic Church, as we just saw a new Pope sat, a new Pope Leo, a lot of conversation around him, but not a whole lot of conversation about the millions of altar boys and nuns and people who were brutalized under a system that protected and moved them around and did not hold them accountable. The church did not hold them accountable. They did not hold themselves accountable, because it must have been complicity. Must have been complicity. So I bring this up today again. This is horrific. This is a story that child trafficking throughout the world should be something that we all should. North American, thank you, boys. What is this, Miss? North American boy love, NAMBLA. North American man, a whole association. Okay, this is prevalent. But what's even more prevalent is how this shows up in so many different areas, right? And in politics, it's again, I'm getting a peek in. It's the key in with the people that are your open enemies. We get here because you give them cover. I know I'm right about this. You don't make it unpopular to be horrible. You can't be horrible out there and then smile on my face later and we're good. We're not good. We're not good because you're not good. And I'm going to tell everybody you're not good. And we shouldn't even put coverage on people. Play that last clip, Smith, because this is probably the most egregious, and it's towards the end. This is how long I sat through this interview.
One offender.
Go ahead, Smith.
One offender went to a playground and he watched all of the boys and girls. And he picked a certain one. And so when the psychologist, after he gets caught us talking to him, he said, why did you pick that one? Why when what's the reason why you did it? Why did you select that person? Is it height? Is it weight? Is it size? Is it color? Is it background? And it was no.
Innocence.
He said, no, I waited and I watched and I tried to find the happiest kid so that I could steal her soul.
Think about that. I think about that, as we are right now embroiled in a country where so many people, their whole life is, I'm not happy, you can't be happy, or my joy is brought by your discomfort. My joy, every time somebody's celebrating somebody being deported, you're horrible. And we should say it. We should say it out loud, right? That you're a horrible person for celebrating the deportation of somebody whose whole life is upended right now. And whether they're here legally or illegally is irrelevant to their humanity. Are you a human being? Are they a human being? And if the answer is no, and that gives you the license to be able to see them less than, you're part of the problem. That predator was looking for the child with the most joy. Think about that. Parents, aunts and uncles, people, teachers, at a playground looking for the child with the most joy so that he could steal it. Steal, kill, destroy. This is the world that we're in. So yeah, joy is revolutionary. We must have it. But accountability has to be due north. Has to be our due north. That self-accountability, accountability, we get checked. Let's go. Let's go. Can we tighten up? Yes, we can.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will